Hello everyone, greetings to one and all. I feel extremely enthusiastic and excited to invite you all after almost 2 to 3 months long time. As we all know, the entire world is facing the pandemic in form of coronavirus, which has made it difficult to meet each other. However, the show must go on and we have to continue our study. So we have shifted to online classes to join you all. So in today's session, in small orientation program, I, Dr. Krishna Shastri, and with me, Professor Nandish Upadhyay, will be giving you some basic instructions as to how you have to use the applications to study. Your lectures will start at 2 p.m. every day, which is as per your regular timetable, and you'll be receiving meeting ID and meeting ID password through message from college. You will also be receiving meeting ID and meeting ID password through Google Classroom. Nandish sir will be guiding you how to use Google Classroom in the next video. Firstly, let us understand how you have to use Zoom. If you are using mobile phone, you have to download Zoom and Google Classroom applications by using Play Store or Google Store. If you are using computer, you can download Zoom application or Google Classroom through web browser, or you may not download, but you can just type their names and use them. After having downloaded the Zoom application, at almost 1:50 p.m. or 1:55 p.m., that is to say 5 minutes prior to 2, you have to click on it. If you are using mobile, the icon would look like this. As you click on it, you will see this screen appearance and you have to click on join meeting. Then in meeting ID, you have to write the meeting ID. In student's name, you have to write your name, your full name. And then you have to click on don't connect to audio so that all of you become mute and the faculty can speak clearly. After that, as you click on join, you will see this screen appearance. Here you have to type your meeting ID password and join the meeting. And this is how the lecture will start. If you are using PC or laptop, you know, the Zoom icon that you have downloaded already would look like this. As you click on it, these are the 4 options that you will be seeing. New meeting, join, schedule and share screen, out of which you have to click on join. Then this will be the screen appearance. Here you have to type the meeting ID password. Here you have to write your name. Then click on do not connect to audio and join the meeting. So this is how you will see. This is the screen appearance now. Here you have to type the meeting ID password and join the meeting and your lecture will start. So this is how your lecture will start. This is one session and as per your timetable that will be shared on Google Classroom. You will be having 3 to 4 lectures daily as per your university timetable. After one lecture, you will have 5 minutes break and then another lecture will start from the same link. About Google Classroom, I will request Nandish sir to guide you. That will be done in next video. If you guys have any queries or questions, or if you have anything that you have to share and you have not received the link, you can call on the number which will be shared in the message. With this, we wish you all the best for the new academic year. We expect you all to regularly attend all the classes, as we will be registering your attendance and assessing your assignments on regular basis. You will get instructions regarding Google Classroom in the next video from Nandish sir now. Thank you.
Greetings for the day, students. I, Professor Nandis Upadhyay, will explain you how you will use and utilize the Google Classroom. And it is compulsory for all of you to join in Google Classroom so that you will be notified for the upcoming all the events from the college. So to enroll in Google Classroom, if you are using your PC or desktop, you just need to go to the web browser. In that, you need to write or type Google Classroom. If you are already logged in through the Gmail, then in utilities, scroll it down and you will get the Google Classroom as an option and the link. So I'm just entering the Google Classroom here. Yes, by clicking on the second link which is given to you, Google Classroom, you will have the screen like this. In this particular screen, you will have one option. So you need to join the class by going there. They will ask you the class code, which is already sent to you through the SMS from the college. So I'm having one. So as a student, I have joined in the class and this is my classroom is. So I'll get three options: stream and classwork. So whatsoever the new assignment material quiz which will be circulated by the faculties, I can see into the stream and in the classwork. Even if the quiz and classroom assignment and the material is passed on to you, that will remain and stay in classwork even. So these are the options which I need to explore and which I can utilize and use. So whatsoever the new notices, whatsoever the new notifications, whatsoever the new messages which will be passed on to you, you can see in the stream and in classwork even. For TYBBA students, once you enroll in this class, you will get the link in your stream, which is for your subject selection. By clicking on this link, you will be jumped to a Google form. You can only fill a form once. No correction will be allowed to you. So patiently, you need to fill the form, which is for your third year subject selection. By clicking that, you will get it. And by submitting that form, we will enroll you to your respective subject specialization classes.
Thank you, Nandi sir, for providing guidance on Google Classroom. Dear students, we will be providing you Google form for subject selection of SYBCom, which you need to fill and submit latest by 23rd June 2020. Now, I would request our faculty, Shivangi ma'am, to guide you on subject selection for SYBCom students.
A very good afternoon to one and all. Agarwal Vidya Vihar English Medium College is probably one of those colleges which provides a number of options for subject selection, which not only suits the interest of each student, but also helps them gain specialization in the respective area. Today, we shall be giving a brief idea about the two principal subjects and the subsidiary subject that a student will have to select along with the same. For second year BCom students, one will have to select one of the two categories of the principal subjects as shown above. That can be one category of banking, paper 1 and paper 2, or the other category of accountancy, that would be advanced accounting and auditing, paper 1 and paper 2, commonly also known as cost accounting and corporate accounting. Students having keen interest in the area of banking and who wish to seek banking as a profession in future may opt for the two papers of banking as their principal subject. To give a better idea, I would also like to give an overview of some of the contents covered in each of the paper. Talking about banking paper 1, for semester 3, it shall cover topics such as who shall be a banker, who shall be a customer, the different kind of relationships that are observed between a banker and a customer, could be a general relationship, could be a legal relationship, or a special relationship. The different roles, rights, duties that a banker has to observe, garnishee order, negotiable instruments and its types, to name a few: a check, promissory note, bill of exchange, There would be wide topics covered under electronic banking, internet banking in the banks, namely topics pertaining to RTGS, NEFT, net banking, core banking, etc. The other ethical practices that a bank would have to perform. Moving further, for banking paper 2 in semester 3, the topics are broadly divided into 4 parts, such as employment of banks' funds, the lending policies that banks will have to observe, and where would the bank employ its funds in forms of loans and advances. Creation of charges such as hypothecation, mortgage, pledge, etc. The type of loans and advances provided by banks, namely secured and unsecured, the risk factor involved in the unsecured loans, and the guarantees to be given thereafter. For second year BCom semester 4, again, the syllabus contents for banking paper 3 would be payment of customers' checks, collection of customers' check by the paying banker and the collecting banker, the precautions that a bank will have to observe along with the same, the principles of sound lending, the type of securities that a bank will have to accept, creation of charge over securities, again to name a few, could be mortgage, hypothecation, lien, pledge, etc. While for banking paper 4 in second year BCom semester 4, the topics could be importance of customer's balance sheet to a lending banker. That is, a banker will have to analyze the assets and the liabilities of the customer before a loan is granted. Advances to priority sectors. It could be development banking and industrial finance, while drafting sample of forms for loans to file a complaint or to carry on any kind of inquiry. Now, those students who have decided or will decide to select banking as their principal subject will also have to opt for one of the following subsidiary subject, that is, could either be Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 1, also known as Cost Accounting, or one can also go for another subsidiary subject, namely Management Paper 1. Now I request CA Poojan Kapadia sir to give you an overview about the subjects of accountancy.
Thank you, ma'am, for inviting me. I, CA Poojan Kapadia, feel privileged to guide you on the topic regarding the scope of the subject, Advanced Accounting and Auditing, as well as the content of the subject. Before going to the content, I would like you to know the scope of the principal subject of Advanced Accounting and Auditing. Like, what can you do after having the knowledge of this subject in these 2 years? Firstly, as you can see on this slide, you can serve in any chartered accountancy firm and you can act as the audit expert in any of the areas. Secondly, you can go and work out as a cost accountant under any cost accountancy firm, and you can also be working as a budgeting expert. You know, in this COVID crisis, there is a high need to budget all the expenses, and your knowledge is definitely going to be useful in that particular arena. Thirdly, in these days, many countries are dependent for the accounting work on our country, as a result of which you can gain the knowledge of the subject and provide outsourcing accounting work to the different countries around the globe. Lastly, you can also act as the top level managers and decision makers, because the content of the TY BCom accountancy basically focus on the topic of decision making, which is really going to be helpful in your near future. I'm going to talk about the subject Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 1, that will be in your odd semester, and Paper 3, which will be in your even semester. In odd semester, we are going to have the topic like what is cost accounting, the introduction and different aspects of the cost accounting. Secondly, you are going to study something about material costing, like raw material costing. Third will be basically your labor costing, where you're going to study how much wages to be given, how much incentives are to be given, and etc. Next, you are going to study overhead costing, as we hear these days that overhead cost is increasing day by day. So how we are going to control the same will be taught to you in this heading. And lastly, you are going to learn unit costing, in which you are going to learn how to calculate the cost of a product. In events, we are going to have certain topics like job costing and batch costing. Next is contract costing. For example, you are studying something, a construction project, then how we are going to cost the particular project will be covered under this topic. Third is operating costing, in which we are going to focus morely on the service sectors. Then comes the process costing, and last is standard costing. Standard costing basically talks about whether your actual performance is going as per the standard or not. Then we are going to find out the reasons for this same. Now you'll ask, sir, topics are much enough, but why it is important for us? Now I am aware that many of you are pursuing some professional courses. Now if you take chartered accountancy course, the second level, that is IPCC, your entire paper 3, the syllabus of the same is same as it is mentioned over here. So you need to study once and gain its benefit for 2 times. Moving ahead, your second subject is Advanced Accounting and Auditing Paper 2 and Paper 4. This is basically known as Corporate Accountancy. The syllabus in the odd semester is going to be regarding what are the contents of the Companies Act 2013. Next is liquidation of a company, which basically focuses upon if a company liquidates, that is, it is closing up, then how we are going to settle the accounts of the same. Third and bit interesting topic is about accounting for stockholders, stockbrokers. The share market is the new arena of this age, and we are going to learn how to account the books of stockbrokers. And the last topics are amalgamation and absorption. It basically talks about if two businesses are merged, then how to account that merging. And absorption is when a big company takes over another small company, then how we are going to record that in our books of accounts. The syllabus of event semester basically focusing upon internal reorganization, that is certain changes that takes place within a company, how to account for the same. Second, again, the most important thing in this arena is accounting for real estate developers. Third is issue of bonus shares and its accounting. Fourth is redeemable preference shares and its accounting. And last one, which is your favorite, being an account student, is going to be final accounts, that is specifically mentioned in Schedule 3 of the Companies Act 2013. Again, you'll ask, sir, what is our benefit in the same? So the people who are going for chartered accountancy course, again, the same syllabus is there in your paper 1 module 2 and paper 5 module 2. I hope the content and clarity is clear about this subject. Now the next thing comes is, if you are opting for specialization in advanced accounting and auditing, then what are the subsidiary subjects that we are supposed to choose? Then you are having here 2 options. Either you can go for banking paper 1 or you can go for statistics. It is your choice what you want to go. So that's all from my side. I hope you all to see soon on the digital platform and enjoy the e-learning offered by our college. Thank you.